Hey everyone, let's talk about something that's been on my mind for a long time. It's about a player who is impossible to ignore, Bruno Fernandes. You remember January 2020, Manchester United finished last. The team was struggling to create chances, to score goals. It felt a bit boring, and then Bruno arrives, and I remember his first game against Wolves. He did not score, but you could see it immediately. The way he moved, the way he always wanted the ball, the way he tried passes that no one else at the club even saw. It was like someone had finally turned on the lights. He was supposed to be the hero, the one to bring Manchester United back to the top, but now, years later, we have to look at it honestly. We have to ask that really difficult question. Did Bruno Fernandes waste the best years of his career in Manchester United? This is not a simple yes or no, so let's get into it. First, let's talk about where he came from. At Sporting in Portugal, Bruno was the engine, the brain, and the heart of the team. He was the captain, the penalty taker, the free kick taker, the top scorer, everything. He played with this fiery passion and anger almost, like every single minute of football mattered more than anything, and his numbers were just crazy. He was scoring and assisting like a striker, but from midfield. So when United paid the money to get him, the expectation wasn't just that he would be a good signing. The expectation was that he would change everything. And you know what? For a little while, it really felt like he did. Now, let's talk stats, because with Bruno, the stats are just mind blowing. Since he pulled on that red shirt, no other midfielder in the entire Premier League has more combined goals and assists. Let that sink in. He has more than Kevin De Bruyne, more than Martin Odegaard, more than James Madison. He is directly involved in a goal almost every single game. That is world class. That is legendary level production. But, and then there is always a but with Bruno. This is where fans get into huge arguments. You will hear people call him a stats merchant because his numbers looks good, but does he really impact the big games? And this is where it gets complicated because yes, he has absolutely disappeared in some big matches. He has given the ball away cheaply, taken wild shots and looked frustrated. But also yes, he has been the reason United have won big games. He has scored stunning goals against Manchester City. He has dominated against Liverpool. He has run the show against Tottenham. The thing about Bruno is his style is all about risk. He will always try the killer pass, the through ball that cuts through 5 defenders, the longest shot from 30 yards. When it works, he's a hero. When it doesn't, he looks reckless. So his output dropped. I don't think it's him. I think the team's instability has made his high risk game even riskier. Alright, let's talk about the part that hurts the most, the trophies. What has Bruno Fernandes actually won at Manchester United? He has won the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, and we celebrated those, right? We were happy, but for a club that calls itself the biggest in the world, and for a player of Bruno's quality, is that enough? Is that what he came here for? Let's compare him to his rivals. Kevin De Bruyne has won multiple Premier League titles. He has won the Champions League. He has lifted the biggest prizes in football. Martin Odegaard is now the captain of an Arsenal team that fights for the title every year. What are Bruno's biggest fights been? Mostly it's been a fight just to get into the top 4, to get Champions League football. That should not be the goal for Manchester United. That should be the minimum. That Europa League final in 2021, that was a massive, massive moment. They lost on penalties to Villarreal. If they win that, the story feels different. It feels like a step forward, but they lost and it felt like the end of something. And you have to wonder, has he ever had the right manager? Under Ole, he was free, but the team wasn't structured. Under Ranić, it was a pure mess. Under Ten Hag, he has been shifted everywhere. As a number 10, as a right winger, even as a deep midfielder, there has been no consistent plan to build the entire team around his strengths. This is the core of the whole problem. Has Bruno Fernandes ever had a truly world-class team around him at United? He has played with good players, sure, but has he had a solid, reliable defense behind him? Not really. It's been changing every year. Has he had a consistent world-class midfield partner? For a little bit with Casemiro, but that did not last long. Has the forward line been consistent? No. Rashford had hot and cold seasons, but the centre forward position has been a revolving door. The club's recruitment has been confusing. So many players have come and gone. Three permanent managers, plus an interim, in just a few years. Every single time, Bruno has to prove himself again, learn a new system again, adapt his role again. Look at him on the pitch. Really watch him. When he plays, he's shouting at his teammates, he's arguing with the referee, his arms are always in the air. He looks exhausted. He looks like a man trying to carry the team all by himself, which is too much for one person. This is the really interesting and sad part. What if Bruno Fernandes had joined Manchester City? Can you imagine in a Pep Guardiola team with that structure, with those players making perfect runs, his assist numbers would be astronomical. He would be swimming in Premier League medals. He would be in the conversation for the Ballon d'Or. What if he had gone to Real Madrid or Bayern Munich? He would be winning league titles every single year. He would be a champion. So what is his legacy right now? Is he underrated? I think yes. By people who don't watch United every week, they don't see how much he actually does. But is he also overrated? Maybe. By some United fans who only look at the goal and assist numbers and ignore the frustrating moments. In 10 years, I think we will remember Bruno as the brilliant, shining star in a very, very dark sky, the best player in a bad era. But will he be a true United legend? I'm sorry, but without a league title or a Champions League, probably not. The bar for legend at this club is so high. It makes me think of Steven Gerrard at Liverpool. For so many years, he was their everything, their captain, their leader, their scorer of great goals. But for most of his career, he did not win the Premier League. He is a legend, but there is always that sad note. Or Harry Kane at Tottenham, one of the best strikers in the world, but he left without a single trophy. Is Bruno on the same path? The final answer: wasted or worthy? So, let's finally answer it. Did Bruno Fernandes waste his prime at Manchester United? I don't like the word waste to me. Waste means you threw something away. You did not use your talent. You did not care. He has played through injuries. He has produced world-class numbers in a team that often looks like it has no idea what it's doing. So no, Bruno Fernandes did not waste his career. I believe Manchester United wasted Bruno's career. They took one of the most creative players in the world in the absolute prime of his career, and they surrounded him with chaos. They gave him inconsistent teammates, changing managers, and no clear plan. They asked him to be a superhero every single week and then seemed surprised when he could not do it all by himself. What would it take to fix his legacy now? A Premier League title would change everything, but that feels miles away. A Champions League, even further. His story is not over. He is still the captain. He is still the man, but when we talk about these past few years, I think he deserved more, a little more. But what do you think? I want to know your honest opinion. Is Bruno a legend? Is he a wasted talent? Or is he something in between? Let me know down in the comments. And if you have this conversation with your friends, send them this video. Thanks for watching everyone. See you in the next one. Bye.